story no nyina no ne lawyer no chiri mu se Ken Ofori Atta no oyare prostate cancer and ye fly no call Minnesota Mayo Clinic se onkosa no ho yare and wo mu chiri mu se Mr. Ofori Atta has been receiving treatment and undergoing monitoring in the US for several weeks ahead of the operation. Sources close to the family said. Now, according to the lawyers, no background he had also been managing a post-COVID multi-system inflammatory response syndrome, initially diagnosed in February 2021. 2021, no. Remember Ken Ofori Atta. Ebedu mrebi ma yeka chere se edwuma na wo ye no wonja edwuma no. Ken Ofori Atta still insisted and told Ghanaians say ne ho oyare kra no because of the love for mother Ghana ntino ontimi nja edwuma obekoso aye edwuma. This is what Ken Ofori Atta ka chere Ghana for. So the good news ni me be church mu na mamwo hunu entro no Ken Ofori Atta etwa no. Now entro no has to come to an end. And the intro no area yene say ice action no o ma detained no na me kire the entia ice achi Ken Ofori Atta me kire the kudi entia ice achi Ken Ofori Atta. Now we see Mr. Ofori Atta had to go what has been managing a post-COVID multi-system inflammatory response syndrome. Initially diagnosed in February 2021. A condition that has required ongoing medical oversight. Now, Metwa, so say, Mr. Ofori Atta has served as Ghana's finance minister from 2017 to 2023, playing a key role in the country's economic management during a turbulent period that included the COVID-19 pandemic and negotiations with the International Monetary Funds. Now, story when me read free Asasi Radio. Remember, Asasi Radio belongs to Gabi Asare-Okyedakun. Remember, Gabi Asare-Okyedakun is a cousin to Ken Ofori Atta. Gabi Asare-Okyedakun is also a cousin to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So what the newspaper is trying to do, they say, they want to paint it into the international media, say Ken Ofori Atta is somebody or credible, a hard-working man, somebody who really even did well for Ghana as Ghana's finance minister. So they are painting the dark horse no as white as snow. It is so much bibiana a portray what the Ghanaian media na say and the America for the eyes say Ken Ofori Atta no ho song no ho kronkron. This is what they are doing. Me chire mu achire. But me chire me die me so me factor me wo ewo enkomo we ho me chire. Now owie no say we play a key role in the country's economic management during a turbulent period that included the COVID-19 pandemic and negotiations with the International Monetary Fund. We all know, Ken Ofori Atta told Ghanaians, we are not going to IMF. And we'll call IMF. The paper or the story from Asasi Radio wants to mislead the general public. They want to mislead the public out there. What you say? Now, remember eyes for Nehuno. Because Yemubino, yesterday I was informed when he was picked up. I've told you, say, Ken Ofori Atta no ope I saw about Ghana to account for his stewardship. Now, according to Womu Asasi Radio, say, Mr. Ofori Atta served as Ghana's finance minister and we will see in November 2025, the office of the special prosecutor charged him and others with corruption and corruption-related offenses. The trial is at a case management conference stage. It will know a Wilberforce and a day. Asari and no trust our story way. Now, my first time I met Wilberforce Asari, I was being introduced. Emra oba UK Kruma waneba umiamo up and now. Yemfe non tunche. Let me give you the true story. What has happened to Ken Ofori Atta. You will recall, say, in 2025, made the picture eba beto abontene when I met Ken Ofori Atta, or when I saw Ken Ofori Atta eating at a restaurant here in London. Now, me de picture ne beto abonten. I personally contacted the national security in Ghana. And I sent them all the pictures to the national security in Ghana. Of course, the national security in Ghana also, Emma Metiasie said, me were platform there, but they will give the story also to Kevin Taylor. Also a bigger platform. Now, Kevin Taylor came out to say only who Ken Ofori Atta. That one was not factual. Mena who no took pictures, gave it to national security. National security informed Kevin Taylor to also broadcast the news. Now, one of the things the reason why Ken Ofori Atta eba land ne say ne visa na wukura no. Visa no allow no money stay in America for only 6 months. Now after every 6 months no so o renew so o free kronim wo no sa ba kronim obim. Enti visa na wukura no, it does not allow him to stay in America continuous after every 6 months. Enti 6 months bia no, he needs to check out and come in again. So what you say? What's now kromo after 6 months so what chere the entia what kromo after 6 months. It na me de minim say ne visa no ebewu a year a friend is saying December last year. It last year ni nyina no me videos bi na me na I was telling people say Ken Ofori Atta ne visa ebewu. In fact, Manase Azure de obeka say Ken Ofori Atta visa bewu bi a February, but na me minim say visa ne bewu dey a year December. Now, edi entina me minim. Edi entina me wasa information no. Edi etie no simple. I am very close to Ken Ofori Atta. Very, very close to Ken Ofori Atta. I will not say it today, but I informed one big man or a national security opinion when I told him he still didn't get it. There's reason why I get my story when it comes to Ken Ofori Atta on Tiasi. I am very, very close to him. Washatadea eye blue a minim. Okoda eya minim baby a water. Okoda biya minim baby a water. And I am close to the man. I see him through my telescope, which is not a joke. Now, Ken Ofori Atta came to UK because at the time nana ne visa babiwu. So he needed to come. Na obeba beninam krum wasako back to USA. And then the mamidi who no restaurant. In fact, Oba UK no oko baby bebre me hu ni baby bebre edumrebi they went to a funeral me hu no ne bamti mo ne niema we yase. Okay, I saw him and the Kufuadu here in the United Kingdom. Remember, I was always telling you Ghanaians that Kufuadu after election oba betna UK obetna ha me ni no na betna kuruma me de betunche. Now, this is the news here. Mubakaya enche and I'm back at them say, OSP, yeah, we Ken Ofori Atta free the Interpol red alert no, and yeah, because of anything, is because he wants Ken Ofori Atta to leave UK and leave USA and come to UK. Send your best come back to USA. Me catch them. And Ken Ofori Atta ye ni deem free Interpol red alert no. Na OSP enim hubi. The office of the special prosecutor no, womunim hubi pa. So they should come out and tell Ghanaians. Sa omudine two Interpol red alerts no mo catch Ghana for nyina mebwana. Na omuyi ni free sununso. What was the explanations omude ma Ghana for? Oma ma explanation papa bia ana mebwa. Look, it's because oye bibia as Ken Ofori Atta no amane a wo bo no obo mane kwesi Akufuado so. Akufuado nso ebo amane mane kwesi eye OSP so. Iti OSP onim niema koba to and fro onim. Remember so catch Ghana for say Ken Ofori Atta free Ghana no onu hu ye onim ye aden wan bo hu deru aden wan kan kire Ghana for na ye mu bi ni ankwanko ye demonstration we airport oni an stop no. It's because it is a teamwork. They are working together. Now the TNE Ken Ofori Atta na USA ne visa no ne visa no oni nkrata wo de betena USA. Into a free cronim. Now, Minnesota now one no. We have been following him on Minnesota. And yet o Piabontinio o Kwanyo, the street of Minnesota, nam and Operiania. And he had no idea. We were only waiting for the right time send visa ni bewu to get ICE involved. As soon as visa ni wuye no, we had to alert ICE. Said this is where he is living, this is where he stays. The visa will go after him. Because you say the Ghanaian leaders, no, including this current government, no, were trying to play with the minds of Ghanaians. So we only needed the ICE to come in. The team in the USA alerted the ICE and they moved in to pick him up. Eti send the lawyers be now abonting so a normal obwa enye normal. Ken Ofori Atta wanted to overstay. Remember, the lawyer eba UK krumha or free US eba krumha. Why is the lawyer free UK US eba UK krumha? Our betna ho made iman interview ewo BBC. Our to abonting or two ne numun go abonting. Do you know why? Ghana ni no an interview. No, these are people boys are free Joy FM. Joy FM and BBC in Kenta Hudia Womudi, no, and Pempi, no politicians, Esha, until they sponsor these journalists to go abroad and then find a Jumaye. And these are the boys that were being sponsored by these Kufuados when they were in Joy. Some of them were in their friends saying Ghana or Joy FM. And the only person that they needed to speak to was to get somebody onim woman what womasamasi na interview nibeko to the Ghanaian audience. So the lawyer had to leave USA, come to UK, and then oba UK no Ghana Joy FM ni and mama BBC no happened to interview him. Now, look, these people are trying to do something to the minds of Ghanaians. Simple tietia. Ken Ofori Atta nye na adwene se obeba Ghana. That is why we had to get ICE involved. To let Ghanaians know, say, if really and truly the people in Ghana, if really and truly Mama says, say, every penny, every cedi, every dime, every peso, obeje, ne ya panishi wa mu boy kronoa, jan ya femu die, ICE acheno. It is up to the Ghanaian ambassador in the United States of America to also tell ICE that this man is also needed in Ghana for corruption and friends and malpractices. And so ICE must make sure say you be deported Ken Ofori Atta to the motherland. This is the reason why and I me be a video we. Come me a video we. Because me wunu say and sembia me call for catch me free USA and then no say me be a video no. Emma Ghana for wunu say that's why I want you to share this video. Me be say Ghana for wunu say yemu bini we want to fight people who are corrupt. This is the time I do some way. It is up to this current government to really show Ghanaians to say, indeed, they want to fight corruption. And indeed, they mean to ensure, say, they will extradite Ken Ofori Atta to Ghana. You said they were joking. I said it here, that the Attorney General and Co. and OSP were joking. That is why I move, ye te ya man kratan ewu ye pe, and then we informed ICE. And in fact, ICE went in sharp, smart, and they grab him like a friend is saying, Sebiu, a kura. Yet omuchine say a kura. What you say? Omuchine say a kura. So I'm saying to the government of Ghana, ICE achino. Now you say you need the man to come to Ghana. This is the time. I must ensure Ken Ofori Atta will be on the next flight to Ghana. It's as simple as ABC. And we are waiting. So indeed, the John Dramani Mahama government, this is what we can do. The team in America is also working. You remember when he was or what a friend is saying, or the backpack about the out in them criminal, we took the pictures and we brought it out, we show it to people. Everywhere, we take pictures. It's up to the government of Ghana. If indeed, womo per se, or backronimua, womanemra. Aye, Jumano. America phone we krumo no, Ghana form wo krumho. Oma boayen am ye hunu baby a wo. Emre nedu yemfa ne mra. Ghana no ambassador na wo ho no. Ye wo military attaches for mu ye adwuma wo military officers. Ebi mu ye a friend is saying army officers. Ebi mu ye Air Force officers. Ebi mu ye naval officers. Me nim de ntia America because Akufo-Addo time no. Wo ye say ye ncheme. Akufo-Addo time. Wo mu ye say British aban encheme. In fact, wo mu report me my British aban 3 good times e wo krom ha. Wo mu report me no. Wo mu anu wo mu ye Elmash a friend is saying wo mu ye friend is say commodores ne nyoma na wo mu di anim. A wo mu ye adwuma wo Ghana British embassy at the time. Papa Owusu Ankuma was the Ghana High Commissioner then. 3 good times. And they reported say yenchime. All because a friend is saying, Jumano, all because we were speaking the truth. All because I was fighting against the corrupt activities of the MPP government. Akufo-Addo sent British police to me. It affected me in many ways. I'm telling you. Enye bibi ketwa. And one day, I have told one big man, or Ghana national security, but sometimes, when some people come to power, now no mudin community, they feel so yaba power until we don't need you anymore. It's only 4 years. It's only 4 years, and I'm telling NDC, it's only 4 years. If you guys don't know, it's only 4 years. Now. Ken Ofori Atta was supposed to be arrested in 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002. According to the same serious fraud office, from Uyoko. One more report, Ken Ofori Atta was supposed to be arrested. What you say? Now, Ken Ofori Atta didn't escape jail or prison. Emra Ghana's serious fraud office. Indicted say oyo kromfo na wawia o man sika abokro no eba ne sen na Ken Ofori Atta ya nchena nto prison ye chi Victor Solomon edne koto prison ye di Victor Solomon koto prison. Ken Ofori Atta was supposed to be part of that team. But remember, say in 2000 there was a change of government. That was when John Ejekun Kufuor became president. And immediately he became president, he made Akufo-Addo the Ghana's Attorney General. I'm showing you where Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo became friends with Bawumia and later on made Bawumia his vice president. Bawumia then was working for the NDC government. At the time, he was an aide to Owura Kwabena Dufour, Dr. Kwabena Dufour. He was privileged to many information at the Bank of Ghana. At the time, the governor then, womu free akonya so NDC free akonya so Rollins time womu free akonya so. Serious fraud office find sikadie bi ni sikawie bi ni sikanwema boni bi e course na Ken Ofori Atta was part of that sikadie no. And into the serious fraud office and from Uyoko no, can say Ken Ofori Atta kwan a ode Ghana afa so abo Ghana krono ewia Ghana no yenchini ntum. Now Akufo-Addo be ye Attorney General no, ana ne nua no ye Ken Ofori Atta no ode ni si nchen. Ana oye den omo ne Bawumia mo katakata nsem so e di protect Ken Ofori Atta. Ana omo yi Victor Solomon maaye. Now Victor Solomon ono na nam ne so a sa transaction no a ye bo Ghana krono no e course. Do you remember? Owura Akufo-Addo bibi a friend of causing financial loss to the state by. Now that causing financial loss to the state no jina so the che Victor Solomon then prosecute you no man call in sawom. Na enye se Victor Solomon kwa na ese woko. Na ese nko ni Ken Ofori Atta na eko. Na se wo konso ndu a na ese nko friend Adam for a friend Kelly Gajeko. No so be kan wo bi serious fraud office in Krata ye mu bi ye wono 1999 and I make we. So clearly no Ken Ofori Atta no not undeserved to be Ghana's finance minister. And again, and then Mama can say in 2017 August say I am very disappointed with the Ghana opposition political party. Say omunim say wo mo ankasa Yoko eshe say yenchi Ken Ofori Atta no magic Ken Ofori Atta kromfo na tumi say omeye Ghana's finance minister. History will repeat itself. And what did history do? Ken Ofori Atta transfer sika from one account to another account osi sika na yera. Ken Ofori Atta nyoma odidi Ghana SML nyoma odi Ghana nya nyoma ketwa. They came to fulfill scriptures. John 10:10, the thief cometh not only to steal, but to kill and to destroy. And that is why when I sit here sometimes when I'm talking about this particular family, I don't hate the Akufo-Addo family, I don't hate the Ken Ofori Atta family. In fact, I don't want to say much, but one day I'll say it. And paying for the umunim. Now, Ken Ofori Atta maintain Akufo-Addo, maintain JB Dankwafo. Omu ina ye Ghana for ba mame nka no kore ne kire o. Se ye pese o man ne ko n'anim that family no, we should not let them get closer to power. O ma dwene no. Ena e wo makoma mu no e different. Wo mo de no they always come to fulfill scriptures. John 10:10. The thief cometh not only to steal. O mo ma so mbe wi anko awo. Na mo mo sa ba so mba be say no. No ma sa kum nipa wo mo ye Ghanaian indigenous business people. Remember, wo mo ankasa nipa ebe kan say omo bae no Magdan or some bae no mugugu Ghanaian businesses. This is coming from Magdan. And I would say Magdan were private jet. The private jet asem wo home the private jet no. The private jet no belong to certain person bia ebe do Ghana no certain things has to exchange hands. And ebe ye Magdan dia. Who was that person? Is it Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo ana? These are questions I we want to probe further. Because yes, we nsembia yenim. Oh yes. Now, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo no te Ghana no. Onim clearly. And I'll tell MPP something here. And watch me and listen to me very carefully. You see, let me tell you one thing. I did a video quite recently. Muhu say Akufo-Addo or invite MPP presidential candidates ni na momo pe flag bearership no o mo pe so muli di MPP or ye meeting bi no frɛ mu nyina onim di intra. Ken Ofori Atta plays the call to Akufo-Addo, and he told Akufo-Addo, I am instructing you to call the MPP flag bearers and tell them that they have to unite and make sure that come 2028 they will win power, because meye aka aquentium. And I need to come to Ghana. I need the sunshine. I don't need to be in this cold weather. I need to live in the country Ghana. I am not the only person that I have to be sacrificed. So Ken Ofori Atta told Akufo-Addo say, put MPP together to ensure, say, come 2028, they will win power so I can come back home. He knows. Say, Obeda prison. First one, Yamane Koye. That was 1999. Person was signed a baby obe wiaye. We dwane sako 1999 wo mu dwane koye. In fact, wo mu dwane from 1998 mu hono mu dwane. When MPP gained one power, they came back. The same thing in 2008 when they lost power, they left the shores of Ghana. Akufo-Addo ran and came here to United Kingdom to stay here. It took the lives of a friend, a friend is Sir John. And I remember I interviewed Sir John here in London. And Sir John told me, I say, me ko Ghana, me di Akufo-Addo na eko, what wheelchair mu kura me de be ko Ghana. And in fact, when he went to Ghana too, he was granted interview and he said, me ba UK be ma mesa for Akufo-Addo about what wheelchair mu kura me de be ba. I am trying to let you people understand that these people, whenever they get the chance to get power, what they do, they go after our natural resources. Because you see, they believe in their heart of heart. They believe that when it comes to the country Ghana, they deserve to lead the nation. They see themselves as the so-called supreme of Ghana. To them, they believe that they are the wisest people who came from the family of Ken Ofori Atta, the first. Sir Ofori Atta, I didn't buy UK, I be in the night of British Empire. To them, they believe. Because when Takrady Habo, commission, it was Sir Ofori Atta, and the then a governor, and will be Takrady Habo. To them, they think, say, on my Ghana, the independence, na ye J, which is a big fallacy, which is, false, which is untruth. Because maybe grandfather, a friend is a Pa Grant, who hails from Axim. ne miankasa me nana baako ono so free elembele enkrofo ye Kwame Nkrumah enam omunyansa ne omunimde so ane ye bedum pempenso ye gi the independence of Ghana no. I am not saying said it is only these two men. Of course, the likes of a friend is Jacob Sensei, the likes of a friend is Professor Kwejiri Agri, John Mensah Munyina, people have played one more part. But when it came to the creme de la creme, no, to fight and gain independence, no, it was when Nkrumah came and said, no, we are going to use the positive action defiance, no, to tell the British, say, free no mind Ghana, no, the black man, no, and you're capable of running his day-to-day activities. In fact, the lives of Ken Ofori Atta's family never believed in the independence of Ghana. The JB Dankwa never believed in the independence of Ghana. Akufo Addo's family never ever believed in the independence of Ghana. Gabi was born in the UK. How did it happen? Say, UK. This is the story. After independence in 1957, 6 March, Nana Dankwa Akufo Addo's family, the JB Dankwa's family, the Ofori Atta's family, they came to United Kingdom to seek for political asylum. Now, remember, Akufo Addo's name was William Akufo. He was never called Addo. His name was William Akufo. When he came to UK, somewhere in August, September, October in 1957, that was when they had to what? Make changes to his name. Near the JB Dankwa. The reason is simple. The JB Dankwa was a fit column. The army or people who have, military men who understand this terminology. The fit column means that he is in Ghana, but he feeds on the good information. Send the information to the white supremacist about your next move. Example is what happened to the Maduro man. And they free Venezuela, Yachino. One will ask, say, how come, say, Fidel Castro was not arrested, or with all the many attempts to overthrow him, he was never arrested? Because Castro built human beings in Cuba. Castro built the country Cuba, and he built the human resources. Maduro never built people. He built himself and his family. And in Temreni and it was his bodyguards, no, and the G and the befano code and the call USA and they were that detention. It's the same thing with this family called JB Dankwa JB Dankwa Ken Ofori Atta, the Akufo Addo's family. These are the people that they don't know Shere. They are the people who got the best form of opportunity. They got the best form of opportunity because woman anano and your friend say Ofori Atta was a smart man. When they Bruni STD the mindset of Akwesi Bruni. And through that, you sue or known as smartness, which was a smartness to help the people of Ghana, but also to ensure, say, obey a good year any man for no dia Akwesi Bruni. So he got favors from Akwesi Bruni, and that is why they handpicked him and brought him to United Kingdom and knighted him as a knight of British Empire, and they started calling him Sir Ofori Atta, Sir Ofori Atta. Don't make any mistake. He ensured the sending money because school, papa. And in fact, they had the opportunity. He had about over 40 children or Sherman in Kwadanico school. And so they took advantage. And those days, many papanum were never formed. And this family took advantage. Now you see, anytime we allow this family to get closer to the coffers of our nation, they steal and they run away. And then they invest the money. And then they bring back their grandchildren to come and dictate for the nation Ghana. I was not born when Nkrumah was building Ghana. I was nowhere. I was not there. But in 1966, when men took for granted the greater things Nkrumah was doing, Nkrumah was overthrown. Today, we have seen a change of government. Men are taking it for granted. I have seen men taking it for granted. I have seen men trying to listen to the MPP, the so-called Dankwa Dombo Buzia tradition, and taking it for granted the gains that we have achieved in this short time under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Let me send this word of caution to every Ghanaian. It happened in 1966. When Nkrumah was building the Akosombo Dam, when Nkrumah was building the motorway when there was no motorway in the United Kingdom. In fact, it is today that they have edited their history And then now they claim that the so-called bypass that they had was a motorway and not a bypass. And they call Baba Kwasim no because say they built the motorway before 5 years later Ghana built the motorway, which is a lie. Now, now the thing I'm better who Ghana in I have told you I don't hate the family, but I've told you it is say yenye busuana yenyina ye won ofie mu no efie bia say mensa wom, but mensa no woman we should not allow mensa no to get chance to have the